I'd like to ask a question about how to introduce a student to jiu-jitsu class for the first time. I know that when I first started, I just was thrown in class and they just started beating me up. You've had 14 years since you've been your promotion of first degree black belt. You've taught many people. What's the best way to introduce somebody, because you want to keep them as a student? I mean, I know a good way is to run them off, but if we want to keep them, to grow their jiu-jitsu, to make my jiu-jitsu better by bringing them up, what's the best way to introduce somebody?
Well, I always follow the same system. I have been working for a couple of years, and a lot of people, they come to school and they say, oh, I have a background like wrestling or karate or any different kind of mixed martial arts. I know he knows mixed martial arts, but he doesn't know about jiu-jitsu, right? And then I always I treat everybody the same way. I follow all the basic steps by helping him how to tie his gear and explaining for him, look, we do the class, have like 15-20 minutes to warm up, and I'm gonna work with you on the side. I'm gonna show you like the basic step. I force a lot, teach the guy how to move it over his shoulder, because you see like jiu-jitsu, it's a lot like the guy, he can smash you there, like puts a lot of pressure, and your neck's gonna be stuck there. I always teach him for the beginning, I would say 3-4 days, I work with him on the side, teach him all the basic stuff, shrimp, rolls, the basic step from the full guard, the basic step, how to stand up, right? Then as he knows, okay, now that's what you're gonna work on. Then I grab one of my guys, one of purple belt or not belt or have a high belt guys, and I put him to train together only on this technique, right? If I work with my guy, the beginning guys, only a full guard situation, and he only gonna work with this guy full guard situation, kind of giving him a little bit of resistance, but it's not too much, just a little bit to make him getting him okay, now how I'm gonna feel, as his feel is good, then he's gonna go step by step. Everything's gonna have time by time. I don't catch him and throw him a bunch of 20 guys, they have been trained for a couple of years, because they want to just sparring really hard, and we cannot do that,
So no sparring right away, you just introduce them with some basic moves on the ground, and then work with a more advanced belt.
Exactly, that's how I do it every day.
I know that sometimes we feel that we want to motivate them and get them excited as fast as possible. So, and I've been guilty of this, right? Let me just show you the power of jiu-jitsu, the skill of jiu-jitsu, the finesse, and the nice, the leverage. How do you keep them excited but also resist that temptation to put them in a triangle choke just so they know what it's like?
Oh, actually, I do. I show him, every time I show him the technique, I show, look, that's how we do armbar. I show him the armbar, and if I get loud, that's me do on you, and then I wanna he, feel the technique. I put you on the armbar, I teach how to tap, and then, you kind of stretch, and he feel, he feel the situation there. Then when he's doing the technique with somebody else, and he knows already what's mean, to be on this situation, and I teach him how to apply for the position. I teach him how to be on this position, and he knows the both sides. And the one thing I use a lot to make them full excited, I do a lot of specific training to them, be okay, now we're gonna start on the full mount. If you did a basic full mount submission, and then I put him straight in the full mount, and then he look for the submission, to work on the submission, the high level belt, and the guy teach how the basic step, how to approach with better details from there. And then he starts getting, he says, oh, I see the technique, I see what I have to do, and it has been worked pretty well, actually.